Welcome to StorySpin. Today's video, Relationship Drama Unleashed. We have a cheating story with updates. My wife's book club was a cover for her affair, and I helped her join it. Let's spin it. I'm 34 and my wife Melissa is 32. We've been married for 8 years, together for 12. We have 2 kids, Lily, she's 6, and Noah, who is 4. Until yesterday, I thought we had a good marriage. Not perfect, but solid. We had our struggles like any couple, but we communicated, we laughed, we were a team. Or so I thought. About 6 months ago, Melissa started talking about how isolated she felt as a stay-at-home mom. She said she missed adult conversation and wanted something social. I supported her completely. I work long hours as a project manager, and I knew she was carrying most of the load with the kids. So when she mentioned her old co-worker Rachel had invited her to join a book club, I practically pushed her out the door. "This is perfect," I said. "You love reading, you'll make new friends, and you'll have something just for you." I even offered to handle bedtime with the kids every Thursday so she could go guilt-free. And the change in Melissa was immediate and dramatic. She started dressing better, doing her hair more, buying new clothes. She seemed happier, confident. She'd come home from book club glowing, talking about the fascinating discussions they had, always with her phone nearby, texting, what I assumed were her new book club friends. I thought I was doing everything right, being the good husband. God, I had no idea what was really going on. First red flag, she never actually finished any books. When I asked what they were reading, she gave vague answers. "Oh, it's this relationship drama. You wouldn't like it." When I offered to read along, she brushed me off. Second red flag? Her phone. She used to be totally open with it. Left it lying around, asked me to check her messages while driving. But now? Always face down. Always locked. Always close by. She said Rachel was having drama with her ex, and the group chat was blowing up. That it was just easier to keep her phone nearby so she could mute it quickly. Third red flag? Intimacy. She was more adventurous, but also more distant, like she was performing rather than connecting. She started showering immediately after, which was new. When I brought it up, she said she was keeping things fresh, said it was something she'd read in a book club pic. And I thanked her. I effing thanked her. Then came yesterday. The cliche moment. She was in the shower, and her phone kept buzzing. I ignored it at first, until it just wouldn't stop. Worried it was something from the kids' school, I picked it up. Messages from Book Club Rachel. Except the preview said, "I miss the way you feel inside me." My blood ran cold. Somehow my fingerprint still worked. She hadn't changed it. What I found destroyed me. Months of messages. Not to Rachel, but to Jason, her co-worker from the marketing firm where she used to work part-time. The book club? Total fiction. Every Thursday, she was going to his apartment. The messages were explicit, romantic, emotional. She told him things she never said to me, called him her soulmate, said she'd never felt passion like this before, wrote about how I was a good provider, but boring, how she felt trapped, how she planned to leave me once the kids were older. Meanwhile, I was downstairs helping them with homework. She came out of the shower to see me sitting on our bed, holding her phone. She knew immediately, didn't deny it, didn't try to explain, just stood there dripping in a towel and said, "I didn't want you to find out like this." She said she'd been unhappy for years, that Jason understood her, that she couldn't fake it anymore, and had planned to ask for a separation after the holidays. I asked about the lie, the book club. She said it was supposed to be temporary, that she wasn't sorry for finding happiness. I asked about our kids. She said they'd be better off with truly happy parents, even if divorced. Jason, she said, was excited to be a stepfather. I asked about our intimacy. She admitted she'd been exploring her sexuality. But really, she was just practicing things Jason had taught her. That's what broke me. I started crying, ugly, body-shaking sobs. She didn't comfort me. She said, "I know you're hurt, but I can't keep pretending. I want a divorce." She slept in our bed that night. I slept in the guest room, listening to her texting, probably Jason. This morning, she told the kids Daddy was feeling sad, made them breakfast like nothing had happened. I called in sick. I can't function. I encouraged her to join that book club. I was proud of being supportive. I handed her the keys to betray me. OP posted an update 5 days later. Melissa moved out. She's staying with her sister, or maybe Jason. I honestly don't know. She told the kids Mommy and Daddy need space. Lily asked if it was her fault. I cried in the bathroom. I've done some digging. What I found? So much worse. First, I contacted Jason's wife. Her name's Angela. She was suspicious but didn't know about the affair. I showed her the messages. She was devastated but grateful. Turns out Melissa wasn't even his first affair. Angela's filing for divorce. She wants to coordinate with my lawyer. Second, I reached out to Rachel, the supposed book club friend. Rachel was confused. There was no book club. Melissa had been using her name without permission. Rachel said Melissa had even started acting inappropriately at work, asking about Jason's schedule and personal life. Third, Melissa had been stealing from our joint account, $50 to $100 here and there, labeled groceries or gas. Over $2,000 in 6 months. When I confronted her, she called them personal expenses. Finally, and this made me physically ill, I found out Melissa had brought Jason to our home. Mrs. Hernandez, our neighbor, saw an unfamiliar car in our driveway when I was at work. She brought him to our bed, around our kids' things. When I confronted her, she accused me of obsessing, of trying to control her, because I asked if she brought her affair partner into our home. I asked if she ever loved me. She said she loved the idea of me, that I was a starter husband, 12 years together, a starter husband. The kids are struggling. Lily's acting out. Noah's confused. I'm falling apart, but I'm holding on. I started therapy. My lawyer's optimistic. But I don't care about winning. I just want my kids to be okay. OP posted another update 3 weeks later. Last week was the temporary custody hearing. Melissa has seen the kids only 4 times in a month. Missed 3 visits, was late to 2. Canceled a park trip because Jason wanted to go wine tasting. She showed up 20 minutes late in a tight dress, not court appropriate. Her lawyer said I was controlling for documenting missed visits, claimed I was alienating the kids. Then Melissa took the stand. She admitted everything, the affair, the lies, the money, but blamed me. Said I was emotionally unavailable, that she deserved to be happy. Then she said something chilling. The children will adjust. They're resilient. They'll understand someday that parents need to prioritize their happiness. The judge asked her, "Are you saying your happiness is more important than your children's stability?" She said yes. The judge awarded me full temporary custody. Melissa was granted supervised visitation. She lost it, screamed in court, had to be escorted out. She called later, hysterical. Said Jason was having second thoughts. Said I destroyed her life. I told her she destroyed her own life. The kids haven't heard from her in a week. Lily stopped asking when Mommy's coming home. Noah is sleeping through the night again. OP posted his final update, 6 months later. The divorce is finalized. I have full custody. Melissa gets supervised visitation every other weekend. She pays child support, late more often than not. Melissa and Jason are over. He bailed when real life hit. His own divorce, child support, and Melissa's drama was too much for him. He moved out of state. Melissa called me crying, said she made a mistake, said I was the love of her life. I felt nothing. I told her the ship sailed, that she could still be part of the kids' lives, but she had to prove she was consistent. She's been trying, shows up on time, actually engages with the kids. They're slowly warming up, but they're guarded. Therapy's helped. I see now, this wasn't about me not being enough. It was about her being selfish and dishonest. I used to torture myself with memories. Now I see it differently. I was a good husband to the woman I thought I married. I've started dating again. Nothing serious, but It feels good to be wanted for who I am. The house feels lighter now. No tension, no lies. Just me and my kids, building a life. Melissa wanted excitement. I hope she finds it. I wanted loyalty, partnership, and family, and I still have that, just in a different form. We're going to be okay. More than okay. We're going to be happy. It's wild how you can give someone your heart, hold it out with both hands, and they still find a way to crush it, like it never mattered. OP did everything right. He showed up. He listened. He gave her space. And she used that freedom to cheat. Thanks for spinning this one with me. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. Know any similar stories? Drop them in the comments. I love to hear them.